Hi, it's Jonathan Quayle again for another edition of the Lifebuilder Daily Inspirational Quote, and today is a life hack. So I'm going to be talking today about water. We've talked a lot about breath, breathing. The last one was on exercise. This is, again, going back to basics, the very fundamentals of life that keep us alive. We can't live without air, and we certainly can't live without water. So the quote for today is a Slovakian proverb, which is very short and sweet and simple. The quote is, "Pure water is the world's first and foremost medicine," which kind of gets straight to the point. What it's saying is that water is not just something that we have to have, that we should look on as some kind of necessity, but we should view it as a medicine, as something that is profoundly good and healing for our bodies. Unfortunately, we don't often do that, and what we tend to do is mix water with a whole lot of other things. So we have tea, we have coffee, we mix it into carbonated drinks, soft drinks, and so on. Water is the foundation of all of those things. But pure water is what is the world's best medicine, without any of the toxins and things that we introduce into it. So the life hack for today is very simple. It's just to have a glass of water next to you and keep topping that up regularly. Make sure that it's properly filtered water as well. Ideally, you want to get one of those filters where it drips through. So that means that there's a greater filtration effect than if it's one of the filters that's just hooked up to your tap, and it comes through at a high flow rate. Generally, those don't filter out things like chlorine, fluoride, and chemicals in the water. So you want one where it's usually got a. I've got one where it's got a sort of a round a tub at the top. You fill it up. It's got a porous porcelain dome, which it seeps through, and then it goes through a carbon filter, and it drips through 1 drop, 2 drops at a time. So it's quite slow to fill up, but that means that it's very pure. So if you get that kind of water for drinking, that's the ideal kind of water. And you can spend a lot of money on water filters, but you can get these for less than 1,000 rand, less than £50. So not expensive, and it's a great investment, because what's in tap water, you don't know. Depends on how that's been processed and filtered at the plant. Inevitably, there's chlorine in it to stop all the microorganisms from breeding. Various other chemicals. They used to put fluoride in the water. I think they've subsequently stopped doing that because fluoride is quite toxic. But then it's got to go through all the water system and all the pipes, and you don't know what's in those pipes. It could be all kinds of organisms and fungi and bacteria, especially if the pipe systems are quite old, which they are here in South Africa. So always filter it, even if the tap water is supposedly safe and clean. They just because they put a load of chemicals, chlorine into it. Always do filter it with a good quality filter, and then just keep topping it up. So you have a glass of water next to you. Personally, what I like to do is have tea, not normal tea, but I'll have maybe a green tea, or and usually I have some sort of a couple of slices of lemon, and I put some ginger, some fresh ginger, and I just top that up through the day. Every now and then, maybe replace the tea bag, or if you're really organic, you can just get some of that loose leaf green tea and brew it in a tea strainer, or just simple water, however you want to do it. But have something next to you and just sip it regularly as you're working in the day. If you go out, take a bottle of water with you, bottle of filtered water with you in the car, so that you've always got something and just try and sip regularly. So you're continuously hydrating yourself. And what that does is pretty phenomenal for your health. If you're drinking enough water in a hot climate, that should be 3 to 4 liters a day. In fact, in any climate, I'd recommend it because it just helps to flush the body and flush the system. It helps to purify impurities out of your system. We sweat, so that's part of the mechanism of water cleaning us. We urinate. That's another mechanism. And we know if we get dehydrated, we've probably all been dehydrated at some point in our lives, we don't feel too good, and severe dehydration is life-threatening. So you want to make sure you're well hydrated all the time. That means that all of your body's functioning is going to improve, and it's a great simple health practice. I'm of the opinion that if everyone drank enough pure water, it would reduce the rate of disease a lot. And we don't know that. There's no statistical study to prove it, but kind of makes sense. If you drink pure water, you're breathing properly, and you eat good food, then the body kind of looks after itself. So good food will be a subject of another life hack, maybe my next one. But today's one is very simple, very short. Just keep a bottle of water, filtered water, next to you. If you're working on a computer, I do that a lot. I get up every hour to 2 hours to top it up, and then also because you're drinking, you'll need a break. You'll need to go to the toilet, which makes you get up, walk around a bit. I always try and do some breathing, so you can integrate this with some of the other life hacks, the breath breaks. You take a 5 to 10 minute break while you top it up, and then you carry on. You sit down, and you just sip. If you've got a cup of tea or water, you'll sip it. If you don't, then it's very easy just not to drink, and you can end up going hours without drinking, which isn't great at all. So that's the life hack for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Just a quick invitation again. If you're free tomorrow night, if you'd like to join me for the free webinar, the Art of Letting Go webinar. That's happening at 8 o'clock South African time, 7 p.m. UK time. It's about an hour and a half, and I'll be taking you through a guided 2-step letting go process. And I'll be talking about the 3 secrets of authentic happiness, fulfilling flow, and true success. So check it out if you're interested. Go to theaolg.com. Again, you can see that on the screen for more information and to book your place. Thanks again for listening, and I'll catch you tomorrow for the next Lifebuilder Daily Inspirational Quote and Reflection. Have a great evening. Bye for now.